Hello folks, right, I thought it was a bit of a time I did a bit of a update on how things are. Oh god, I've had a look through the channel. Last update I made was May. Wow. That's been a while, I think, more or less. Spring, now we're in the middle of autumn. Yeah, a bit of an update. Right, no further ado, let's get on with it, as I say. Well, yeah. Okay, so what's been up? Well, to tell you the truth, I've obviously been, well, personally, I've been very busy at work. I'm going to have to admit I've been very lucky with work quite recently, as Chelsea as well. So I have to, before we make a start in this video, if you're watching Chelsea, big well done on getting your new job, which I have to admit, she's done very well. Well done. I know you're watching. Don't lie, because I know. Yeah. Anyway, on with what we're going on the bench. We've done a few projects. The old projects are all upstairs from the last update you saw. We have quite a few, as you can see behind me. So, well, I'm going to move the camera back over. No point in me moving over it. I should have stuck it here, but there we go. I'm going to move the camera back over here, and we're going to show you what's currently on the work in progress shelf. Quite a bit, as always. Right, first off we have, let's have a look indeed. We have this little beauty. Okay, this is, as you can see, Airfix's 148th Blenheim Mark 1. I wanted to make, the start of the summer I thought, right, do a few Battle of Britain aircraft and see how we get on, being it's the 80th anniversary. And this is where we started off very much, the project of the Blenheim. It's all done. The fuselage and wings all together. The only things I haven't not done is of course the ailerons and obviously the engine housings and the glass nose on the front, and then we can actually start painting. But obviously it is sadly a very stalled project. I started this back in, oh god, when was it, June, July time, just after the last update, and this is how it's been ever since. So very much is a sad sight to see. But, on the other hand, it does look really smashing. I'm not going to lie. There we go. I'm just going to zoom in and see how far we can get up close. Because, I don't know if you can see in the light there is some work across wings. Let me just bring it up and let's have a look at the detail. Refocus. There we go. Right. So here's the cockpit so far. We obviously have the life raft at the back there. Some seat harnesses going in. Place there. Also have the instrument panel all made up. There you go, look at that. And including the control yoke, brake lever, and even the gun, forward firing guns on the front there. There we have it. That's really it for internal work. You also see on the wings here, I don't know if you can see just in the light. There you go. I've also gone away and basically I bought myself a rivet tool, and I've pretty much gone away. There you go, that's better. Gone away and tried to replicate all the panels, and they're not completely straight, which is a bit of a shame because I feel like I've ruined it, but most of it looks pretty much spot on. Across the fuselage as well. There you go, look at that. See, there's a bit of a mishap there, you can see just there. But that is where we leave it. So, and also another thing, I have put together the bomb rack underneath and the landing gear legs. But that's about it. It's just a very stalled project, very much sadly so. So that is where, oh, knock everything, why don't I? There we go. That is now sadly where it sits for the time being, which is a bit of a shame really, because I do like the Blenheim and I should really make a start with it. So if you want to see this, hit that likes button and pretty much comment if you want to see this done, and maybe it'll get me some motivation to do it. Yeah. Anyway, that's the Blenheim done. We're going to move on to another project I, again, started. I wanted to create a large-scale BF-109E1, and I made a start on it. It obviously I'm really far behind on updating my projects. I made a start on Edwards 109E1 and I bought some aftermarket decals. I made a vote on Instagram to see which one got the vote, and this one came up the most trumps. And it's a very common image. You find it in the sea pretty much near Calais. And here we go. This is where, oh, not very much in focus. Sorry guys. There we go. Let me just change it back. There we go. So there we go. This is the 109. Zoom out a bit more. Get some more focus on there. It's not actually. I'm actually really pleased with this one. I like how the colours have turned out. It's had its matte coat on the top, so it's quite literally the last little touches of obviously the prop, the canopy open, take all the masks off, and then little bits and pieces here and there, a few chipping and God knows whatever. But I have really liked this project. It has come out a real treat. There's only been a couple of issues here and there, obviously on the underside, but that's about it. It's a common thing with the large scale 109E1 that Edward makes. It's not a horrible thing to sort out, but yeah, it does look pretty darn nice, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, I am liking this one. I'm actually wondering if I could get a side angle. Let me have a look. So it's looking far much better now than what it previously did. I'm liking this blue camo. I used the green. No, sorry, the green. The blue is actually Tamiya XF23 blue, and the rest is all done in Mr. Colour or Mr. Hobby Paints, and that is it. I'm loving this yellow rudder and yellow wingtips on the end there. I haven't really shown that in, have I? No. Love the weathering also as well, and those machine guns and the exhausts. But yeah, like I said, I'm really looking forward to this one. I've just literally, as we spoke, just done the landing gear. Well, most of them anyway. Just the little legs it sits on. So like I said, it's just getting the last little touches here and there to be done. And also the resin wheels. You get resin wheels with this one. There you go. Also see my plaster on the end of my finger. It's a nice cut I got at work. And that is really it, guys. That's the 109 done. So literally all it is the last little details to go on there, including its prop and everything else like that. And that is it. So that will be another video done. I'll just show the underside as well while I'm at it. Liking the weathering. The only problem I had, you can see right there in front of you, is under that air intake on the nose there. I had an issue where I lost the part. So I made one and it keeps breaking pretty much. I keep knocking it off and it's really annoying me now. So yeah, that'll have to be sorted out. But yes, I like how the rivets have all come out on this one as well. I haven't blasted it with paint at all, like my last large scale 109. But there we go. So that's that one, the 109 done. And last but not least, I have started another wingnut kit. So be prepared for what you're about to see. On Facebook, someone made a Albatross group build, and I had an Albatross, and I thought, oh, let's give it a go and let's have it a build. So we have another turntable full of stuff, and you're going to like this. Bit of a spoiler, really, if I'm honest. But there we go. Let me refocus you again. It hasn't come through. There you go. Okay, so bit of a spoiler alert, because this is like what you're going to see on the videos. But the Albatross, I've done the wood grain. One thing about Albatross, it's always circular, the D5 is. Move that aside and bring you up close and personal. There you go. So you can see the wood grain is being achieved on it. The decals are gone on so nicely, and all that detail in the cockpit is done and dusted. But yes, this is the version I'm going to go for. This was the marking option 5 from you saw from the review. And I did. Let's see. Right, let me just have a look, see if I can refocus you again, because it's not really doing it very well. There you go. So you can see that all that beautiful wood grain that's come out. This will have another coat over the top and it will be matted down pretty much. There goes that detail in that cockpit. Look at that. Beautiful. That's why I'm loving it so much. Another challenge that's been for me, as well as a wood grain, is this. Okay, this is one wing I've done. This is the lozenge effect underneath the wings. This has covered the whole lot pretty much. The only incidents I had, I just teared it at the top here a little bit. I just used a very strong setting solution to set it all down, and I have to say that has turned out a real treat. Look at that, beautiful. Okay, so that is where we stand. So that is a little spoiler of what is about to come for the Albatross. But there you go. I must admit, through the camera it does look amazing. Just sat there as well. Look at that black tail. Also the rudder. Shouldn't move, but it's there pretty much. So there we go. So that's enough for something looking forward to come. And that, for the work in projects, is that. Okay, so with the project set aside, I don't know if I'm actual shot here, but there we go. So with that, that's the project set aside. I'm going to turn you over to the bench once again, and we're going to show you what I've purchased pretty much. Obviously it's been quite a while since May, so I've got a pile here of all the stuff I've purchased, and I think to myself, God, that's where all my money goes apparently, but there we go. Anyway, we're going to get through some of the bits and pieces. We'll go through the small bits first, some of the bits I've purchased like books and little bits and pieces, there we go. And that is where we're going to stay. So let me once again turn the camera around and I'll show you once again what we have. Okay, so first lots we're going to talk about is books. What have I purchased? Actually, 2 seconds, I almost forgot one. There you go. Is there any more I've missed? Nope. Nope. Okay. Right, there we go. Right, first book I did purchase to myself, and it's a bit of a weird one for me because I'm not much of an armour modeller, but I saw this and I thought, yes. Okay. Many people have said about this book. Let me just turn. There you go. Many people have said about this book of how well detailed it is, and I'm going to be honest, it is absolutely really nice. I'm a bit of a fan of the Panzers, like the early ones, but these are just full of reference photos. This is just a cover photo. So you can see it's full of photographs of the early, very early tanks from Holland, right the way up to, let's have a look, Operation Barbarossa. There you go. Quick flip through here. There you go, it's absolutely full. I tried to spoil this too much, but yeah. There we go, so we've got North Africa versions, the versions from Normandy and that lot, it's October 1940. Oh, look at this. This is what this photograph. Panzer Trooper 5th Panzer Division inspects the tailpipe of a Panzer II marked down in the parts across the Rouen Cathedral in northwestern France. Ron, is that right? Ron? No doubt, yeah. Okay, right. Now you don't notice things until you're having a look through. But there we go. All beautiful photographs of the Panzers. So that's that. Speaking of which, something I don't normally do, but I still do, is ships. Now, I saw these books online and I thought, yes, I'm going to get them because they're beautifully detailed. Here's the first one we're going to have a look at. Okay, of course, you know my love for the Japanese aircraft carrier Kage. And once again, you get some nice stuff in here. Look at this. This is a poster. I just open it up. So there we go. This is going on my wall pretty much. So you've got Kage and Kaga sat right up there. Look at that. And obviously some. What have we got on the back here? Does it open up? No, it doesn't. There we go. But there we go. Beautiful indeed. But as always, these are absolutely incredibly full of artwork and drawings showing all the detail. As you can see, all the little details for modelling to get the last little tiny detail, including, let me show you, oh, I forgot about this, we do get some technical drawings. Oh, a bit too far then. There you go, even some photographs of the Kates, some zeros, and I think a vowel somewhere. Here we go, vowels on the other side. There we go. It looks spot on, doesn't it? I love these books. Okay, so that's that one. Another one I did pick up, which is a little insight of what you will see later. This is the reason I bought this book. Is the Fletcher class. Now you're thinking, Jesus, Fletcher? No. But yes, I bought this book because a project I did purchase on the way. Once again, full of detail to help you with the build. There you go. I'm not going to go into too much detail because it will spoil it, but there we go. Okay, some other little interesting things that I did pick up. I picked up one of these. This is Black Dog. Okay, never heard of this company until I had a look. We have a German fighter pilot. So yeah, this will go for my Albatross pretty much. Oh, actually, I have forgotten something while on the subject of Black Dog. 2 seconds. Okay, I got it wrong, sorry. It wasn't Black Dog. It was actually Copper State, which is weird. So I got 2 figures. Obviously German fighter pilot. This will go for my Albatross, I reckon. It'll be very nice. A nice little diorama will do. And then we have an RFC, sorry, not RAF. RFC pilot. This may go for my RE8. I have no idea as of yet of what to do, but that's very interesting. All resin. Okay, right. Speaking of pilots, for the 109, I saw these and I thought, let's give it a go. Okay, so here we go. ICM have been producing some very nice kits lately. I've wondered what their figures like. Well, let me tell you something, guys. This will go, if I can get the box open. It's a box within a box, as always, for ICM. I will admit, ICM have churned out some really nice kits this year. I'm trying to think. I've obviously got the Gladiator. I'm looking forward to their CR42, which is the Italian fighter. So, anyway, on with the figures. There we go. Right, typical ICM instructions. I might either probably do this guy probably down here or this one, depending on which one. But the figures are beautiful. Let's refocus you. There you go. Look at this. Look at that. Yes, even the faces look beautifully well sculpted, guys. Well achieved. I'm really looking forward to building this. It's a tiny little model. It's a model within a model, really. But yes, figure painting and ICM have come a long way from what they originally was. So there we go. Hats off to them on that one. I'm trying to see if there's anything else that's small. Oh yes, I have forgotten one thing. Obviously, if you saw, there was. This is kind of what it is for. I bought some Montex masks for, of course, a Fokker DR1. Very interesting scheme. This one. Yeah, you can tell what's coming up now later, guys, can't you? Well, you've actually already seen it, if I'm honest. If you've not watched the new Meng review. So there you go, let the cat out of the bag. And that is it for the bench. Okay then, right, what others gems do we have on the bench? Well, first off, I'm going to explain pretty much in chronological order. Don't you hate it when it happens when you're talking and some... Anyway, chronological order, better. English wasn't my straight language, but there we go. Okay, so the first one we did was when this came out, I was over the moon by it, to tell you the truth. Edwards is obviously one of my favourite companies, and I loved building their Spitfire Mark 11, I think it is. Oh no, Mark 9, sorry. Loved building that, and when they said they're releasing the Mark 1, I had to jump on it and get one. So, there we go. Right. It's all its form of glory. If you guys want to see a review of this kit, then please let me know, because I'm going to be honest, outstanding work this kit is. Obviously it's a limited edition, so you get 2 kits in one. Obviously you get the resin figure of Douglas Bader and that lot, and that is actually the scheme I'll be doing, which is the box art one, funny enough, but there we go. Speaking of which, on the subject of limited editions, this arrived the other day. It's kind of like a bit of a friend versus foe, really. Yeah, but there we go. Obviously, I picked up the 109 as well to go with it, and that is where it stays. So yeah, obviously it's a limited edition kit. So they really have focused on the Battle of Britain here. If I'm going to be honest, they've released a new Spitfire Mark 1. And they thought, let's do a limited edition as well of the 109s. And the schemes on this are pretty darn nice. I want to start this straight away, if I'm honest. I just need to get that 109 out of the way. Probably if you want that Blenheim done as well. And then we can get on with this one. So, let me know what you guys think of that, because that'll be spot on. Anyway, so that's that out of the way. And we do get some nice figures in these. So that's again, if you want any reviews of these, please let me know and we'll get something sorted out the way. Okay, so obviously along with the 148 109, I obviously had to have the big one as well. So we've got now the big 109, the Edward one. It's funny enough how I made a start on that, and then all of a sudden they said, oh, we're going to release a Battle of Britain 109 in large scale. Yeah. This is one of the reasons why I had this scheme, because you can pick up a load of 132nd 109s now from Edward, and you get all these schemes in as well, which is it's a banger. I'm going to be honest, absolute cracking. So anyway, Cut the Straw Store. That was my recent ones that come through the post. If I'm honest, I'm going to go way back to June now, to tell you the honest truth, guys. It was when, obviously from the video that you saw, we was down in the Isle of Wight seeing family, and it was when we went over to Portsmouth for a bit of a shopping spree. I say shopping spree, but most of the clothes that I saw there, they didn't have in my size. I'm just very awkward as things. Awkward by name, awkward by nature, but there we go. Anyway, whilst we were there up in the high street, it actually really did shock me, this did. Up in the high street of Portsmouth there was a model shop, which I thought, you don't see that in the high street, but there we go. And I went in, obviously they say support your local shops, which it's not my local shop, but there we go. And I saw a couple of kits that I thought this could be interesting, because I've not seen a review on these two. So, let me just move some stuff to get to them. The first one that I did pick up is actually something rare that I would normally get. It's a fine molds kit, and it is a KI-43. Never built a KI-43, always loved it. It's a weird aircraft, but it stands, and that's where it sits. It also has some, not photo etch, but it's a very soft plastic that you can bend to create the seat harnesses. Never realised that. But yes, that's one I picked up, and I have to say, obviously, what other fine mold kits have I got? I've got the KI-10, and the detail in those are brilliant. So, what do you expect? And then another one, which I am definitely going to review on some point, he says, is actually in fact this kit. A brand new kit from Revell. Never looked interested in it until I saw it. Okay, you're probably thinking, what's he going to do now? Won't you? You got the Tammy one. This is the Mark 1, which I only realised a couple of years ago that the Mark 1 was actually involved in, of course, the Battle of Britain with 25 speeches gone again with 25 Squadron. Yeah, that's kind of like fit the bill, really. If you're interested in a Mark 1 from the Battle of Britain, then get this one, because it comes with everything. You don't have to buy all the resin things for the horizontal stabilisers at the back or the ailerons or whatever. You've also got your engines all suited, and there we go. So that is it. No one's done a review on this kit, not as I know of, so I may have to do a review on it. But from what I can see, it's the same as the Mark 10, is it? the one with my initials on the side, but there we go. But there we go, that's that. And that is one for the record. Now, going back to seeing family and that lot, there are a few quirky shops on the island. I love going to these shops, they're absolutely brilliant. And there's one shop in particular that is actually, well, I think it's closed down by now, very sadly. And he was selling some of the things. He also sells like quite a lot of vintage stuff in there, so it's always worth popping in, getting stuff. Now, I'm going to say Chelsea's dad, Pete, he loves, and obviously the family as well, they love trying to find, like, oh, is it trench art? Stuff like that, like shells and that lot. He's got actually a few shells and a few war memorabilia stuff that is, so I'm always looking forward to see his stuff. And he came across a few kits at the very back that I saw, and I thought, oh, okay, fair enough. It was when it went over to him, had a look, I couldn't believe what was sat there. And it is a kit, it's an old kit, but it's a rare one. I couldn't believe this. I paid £7 for a 148 bomber that is no longer in production anymore. It's a Dornier, and it is this kit. Okay, it's a Dornier. It's a 17EF. Obviously, ICM do the Z versions, but to see a very early 148 version of the kit, I couldn't believe it. And so, I had no choice. I had to have it. Pete didn't realise like what he'd come across, and when I explained to him, obviously to him it's a model kit, but to me it's everything really. So there we go. It is second hand, why the box is like that, but I checked. He allowed me to check everything in there, and to be honest, I am happy. The only things that have been done, which I'm going to be honest and show you, is the wings here. The wings have been done. Don't know how much glue they've been used on. It just all needs sanding back and rescribed really, but that's really it. The wings, and that is it. All of it is in there, and I picked that up for £7. Now look at the size of the fuselage. Look at that. Weird, isn't it? Weird aircraft, but there we go. It's basic detail, but I'm sure we can do that when we get round to it. So that is that. As I was saying, sorry. Right. If you're into your Luftwaffe dioramas like that, then I suggest you pick one of these up. Okay. This is Italy's little tank wagon. Can't figure the name then. It's an Opel Blitz tank wagon, pretty much. They did this so many years ago, and they've re-released it now. So if you spent an absolute fortune, I've seen some of these go for like 30 or 40 quid. Pick this up for about 25 now. But anyway, it's a nice little Luftwaffe refueler if you ever want a nice little diorama. And there we go. We have obviously the Stukas. It says, funny enough, model kit, figures not included, aircraft not included. It's a bit of a shame. But Italy have re-released some aircraft from Battle of Britain, so go and check those guys out. That is going to be really nice with the... Going back to what I said earlier about the Montex mask, you can tell what's next coming up. And obviously, it has to be this, doesn't it? The Meng Fokker DR1, or as people sometimes call it, the X-Winglet Wings Fokker DR1. Now, I saw this built at Telford, and yeah, I had to have one pretty much. It's not... The Fokker DR1 is always a common First World War aircraft. You always think about obviously stopped with camo and yeah, obviously the triplane. So this is a common one, and it obviously comes with the Red Baron figure. There we go. The smiling one I'm going to be building, and that is really where we stand. But is it? Now, for this next kit, we're going to have a bit of a issue getting in frame, so please forgive me. Do you remember when I, a couple of minutes ago, said about the Fletcher class destroyer? Yeah. I went on the big guns and saw this kit. I had an Amazon voucher to get it, and yeah, it is sat right in the middle of the room. I can't even actually move it. But It's a limited edition kit from Revolt. And so it's kind of difficult to pick up as well. But yeah. Yeah. You can just get it in frame pretty much. But this is the the 1/1/4 scale Fletcher class destroyer. This is actually the limited edition. I'm not going to complain. The company I got this from was a toy shop pretty much in Germany. Obviously Amazon, it said the last one available. And I'm not going to lie, this came much quicker than a parcel from Yorkshire got to me. It came within 4 days as a parcel and came over a week. So I do not know why. But it was the same price as the normal one to go now. They discontinued this now. But this is the limited edition version. So I am over the moon to say I've got this, and a friend of mine who's into his ships has challenged me to try and get it into an RC. I don't think I could personally because it just looks so nice. It would be nice, but maybe if we got that 1/200 scale Titanic on the other end, maybe so. But yes, that is. Drop everything, why don't I? This is a review of what has gone on the bench. As he says, putting it down, that thing actually weighs a ton. It doesn't weigh a ton, it's all the contents inside. You get about, I think it's about 9 sprues, and the rest is just photo etched completely, so you have to, go to town with it. So that's the reason why I bought the books anyway. And that, guys, is, as they say, it. Apart from a few paints here and there purchased, that's it, so, but there we go. Okay, so, like I said, that is everything. There's no model shows to report, because there is none, sadly. Very, very sadly. I have thought of an idea of a virtual model show, pretty much, just to show you guys here and there what I do. But it's just getting, like I said, it's getting time to do it, and there we go. Right, so anyway, this is a goodbye from me. I'm going to start some work on the 109. I may put some figures together for it. But there we go, guys. That is it. So with that, take care. Thank you very much for watching. Hope you've enjoyed what you like. Please hit that like, subscribe button, and even leave a comment down if you wish to let me know how the builds are going and what you want to see next. So, bitch time, happy modelling, take care. I shall see you all again soon in hopefully a next video. With that, cheers, and as always, goodbye for now.